Hello, I'm Mike. I'm currently a trustee with the Cincinnati Civil War Roundtable. Given that we've had a few meetings canceled now and the future's a little bit uncertain with the pandemic, some of the officers and I thought it might be an interesting idea to see if any of our members had anything that they would like to do a short 5 to 10 minute show and tell about related to the Civil War. So to start things off, I have an officer's presentation sword sitting next to me here that I'd like to do a quick video about.
Okay, we'll start down here at the hilt. Now I haven't been able to figure out who exactly manufactured this sword. Some of the jewelry shops, such as Tiffany's in New York, did quite a bit of business after the war manufacturing these. And if you go online and search just for images of other examples, you'll find that there are a lot of similarities in terms of the design elements, such as this emblem back here, and the US shield as well incorporated there, as well as the Lady Liberty type figurette on here. But there are always some subtle differences, such as the way she's holding the laurel wreath, the way she holds her head, things of that nature. And I certainly haven't been able to find anything that seems like it's any kind of maker's mark or emblem that's been incorporated into this as well. Here we can see the letters US, but there really is quite some amazing detail on here. Up here is where we get to the inscription, and it is very light and very hard to read. You really have to have the perfect combination of lighting and angle to make out what it says. But it does say, presented to Lieutenant John F. Coyle by the members of Company K, 47th Regiment, New York Veteran Volunteers, as a testament of their respect and esteem. The scabbard itself seems like it's in pretty good condition. Some of the shine and gloss that you see is because I keep a light coating of oil on the scabbard to prevent any further patina or corrosion from occurring. Let's go ahead and flip it over again. Okay, now let me go ahead and pause the video while I take the scabbard off. So here we have some of the intricate design work on the blade. In some places it's hard to see just due to the corrosion that has taken place. We can see some of the detail here. Here's some more detail, and this area of the blade is probably the most intricate. We can see that there's some, it looks like Latin writing right there, as well as a coat of arms or crest of some sort. And then right here is the end of that detail work, and then the blade is just plain out until the tip. Unfortunately, that's also where the heaviest corrosion has taken place as well. But just like the scabbard, I keep this coated down with a light coat of oil to preserve what's left of it. While I don't know who assembled the sword, the blade comes from a firm located in Solingen, Germany. It is stamped here on the very base of it, and apparently it was a fairly common practice at the end of the war for jewelry shops such as Tiffany's to order these blades in from Germany in bulk quantities for the purpose of assembling them into these finished presentation swords. Here's the rest of the blade. Again, we have some more corrosion. And that's it.
Okay, so once I had what I thought was the name of the lieutenant this sword was presented to, I wanted to do a little bit more digging. I did some internet searches for the 47th Regiment of New York and found some pretty good information off of the New York State Military Museum website. We can see here we have our Company K with listed officers when the regiment was formed, but we don't see our friend John Coyle listed there. I found another website that had a list of the entire roster of the 47th Regiment when it was formed, and sure enough, John Coyle does appear on this list as Company K. We see September 14th, 1861, enlisted on August, or mustered out on August 30th of 1865 in Raleigh, North Carolina. Some more digging, and I found this record put together by the Office of the Adjutant General. And in here we do have actually a pretty lengthy entry for John Coyle. So it says age 19 years, enrolled August 30th, 1861 at New York City to serve 3 years, mustered in his private Company K September 14th. That's that first date we saw back here, September 14th, 1861. Promoted corporal, no date known for that, and then re-enlisted as a veteran January 23rd, 1864. He was promoted to first sergeant, no date recorded for that, and then mustered in again as a second lieutenant on March 28th, 1865. Mustered out with the company on August 30th, 1865 at Raleigh, North Carolina. So then it goes on to say he was commissioned the second lieutenant on May 17th, 1865, so pretty close to the end of the war there, with rank from March 1st, 1865. So it was really interesting to find this bit of information. Some additional information about the 47th New York Regiment includes this list of casualties and actions in which it fought. Amongst other places, we can see that they were mostly assigned to the East Coast, down into Florida, and then they finished out their tour with the Army of the James in Virginia. Their biggest battle was Olustee in Florida. That's where they incurred the largest amount of casualties. They were at Cold Harbor on the first day and really escaped relatively lightly, it seems, with only 10 or so casualties. They also took part in the operations at Battery Wagner and Fort Sumter, which is notable because of the involvement of the 54th Massachusetts in those as well. Here again, we see a breakdown of the casualties that the regiment incurred. And I don't see anything after February of 1865. So Mr. Coyle received his lieutenant's commission in March of 1865. So perhaps there was a lieutenant who was either bumped up to a higher level in the company or transferred elsewhere. But it appears, at least from this information here, that he wasn't replacing a battlefield casualty. Thank you for watching. I hope you found the video interesting. If you have anything from that time period that you'd like to share, or even if you've just read a good book lately and you'd like to do a video book review, please feel free to email the email address in the description below, and somebody will reach out to you. If you are a little bit unsure about recording or appearing on camera, or if you're not sure how to do the technical setup, no worries at all. We can work through something like that. But I'm eager to see what our members have to share, and hopefully we can do a few more of these in the next coming weeks. Thanks.